Two tennis simps emasculate themselves as they roll over, beg, and kiss the feet of a cold, arrogant bitch in director Luca Guadagnino's impotent attempt at tennis erotica, Challengers. Challengers, the much overhyped film from director Guadagnino, who's taken a definite step back from his superior 2017 offering Call Me By Your Name, is a tedious dissection of a love triangle examined in countless flashbacks and flash-forwards during the course of a single tennis match. Now, Josh O'Connor as Patrick is a bottom-rung club player in the twilight of his career, playing in no-name tournaments while living out of his car. His estranged best friend and former doubles partner, Art, played by the underwhelming Mike Feist, is a top-ranked Grand Slam champ who's currently in a slump and fighting the creeping urge to hang up his racket for good. And Art's cold-as-fuck wife, Tashi, here played by the talent-challenged Zendaya, rounds out the triangle as she has entered her husband into an off-circuit tournament somewhere in butt-fuck New York State, all in an effort to score easy wins and get his mojo back. Tashi, a former up-and-coming star herself on the women's circuit, had her career cut short with a leg injury and is now her husband's coach and the driving force behind his success. And so we zoom back and forth over the course of 13 tedious years to bear witness to the dynamics of the three least interesting people on Earth. We have a story that strives to be edgy, sexually daring, and not just a bit controversial, that, like a pole vaulter named Kenny, can't quite clear the beam. Gone is the dreamy, nuanced beauty of Guadagnino's Call Me By Your Name, now replaced with scattershot editing and a happy, day-glow look that recalls the Charlie's Angels franchise. I realize Guadagnino comes from a commercial background, but I would have expected much more from him. I mean, one can't help but feel trapped in an Ozempic commercial here.
Thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling.
Frankly, the writing leaves much to be desired as well. It's half-baked at best, and it certainly doesn't help performances that come across as mostly flat. The music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, who I generally like in most cases, is frankly annoying and really obtrusive. Its purpose here doesn't seem to be to enhance or underscore scenes, as much as to recklessly salvage them from their own wanton blandness. And it fails spectacularly. Just what this kitchen scene needs, the womp, 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 womp of a Manchester rave.
Okay, let me see the X out there! Do the X for DJ MCT!
And honestly, the central figure in the film, the idolized Tashi, well, she leaves you wondering just what exactly do these two simps see in her? Now, granted, she's a total hottie, but if only this character could have been as well-rounded and charismatic as Zendaya's glorious booty, of which we get many glimpses of, no complaints here, I might have understood the attraction. Zendaya appears capable of two modes in this performance, arrogance and smolder. I think I'd get a bit tired of that after a while, but hey, I'm strange, that's me. This also has the annoying feel of a film just needing to list its woke bona fides. Not in any organic manner, mind you, but in an all too obvious and awkward checking off of the Academy inclusivity list. From the black gay umpire whose high-pitched misconduct warnings to the players makes Michael Jackson sound like James Earl Jones.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away!
To the Tashi character being written as if she were some tough, take-no-prisoners dude, juxtaposed against her weak, emasculated suitors. Heaven forbid they reveal any trace of masculinity. Of course, you get a sense that with this filmmaker, any form of masculinity would be deemed toxic. Which now leads me to what I suppose is considered the film's much talked about infamous threesome scene. Now, not to give away too much here, but when a three-way between our leads devolves into a two-way between the boys, well, your reaction to this may very well vary depending on what you deem to be hot and arousing. Certainly no judging here on my part. But if director Guadagnino is looking to shock the audience and break new ground into the world of bisexuality, he ultimately chooses to hedge his bets and quickly exits stage left. Leaving it all very ambiguous in the end. No doubt a case of commerce winning out over art, I suppose. So, of course, as is the true and tried course of all sports flicks, not named Raging Bull, everything comes down to a final match between Art and Patrick, with Tashi seated quite literally in the middle. And what has been a predominantly half-baked tale now lurches into overcooked territory, as we get between-point scenes drawn out to ridiculous length as I suppose some spaghetti western-esque attempt to manufacture tension. It's honestly to the point of comedy. Good lord, it feels like these clowns are taking 10 minutes between points so we can read every minuscule expression and count every drop of sweat coming off their brows. But if that's not enough, Guadagnino dips into his bag of gimmicky camera tricks in a desperate attempt to hold interest, or I suppose, look cutting edge. So not only do we have player POV cam, as if we're seeing everything through the eyes of the players, and a camera from beneath the court, as if the hard court surface has been replaced with plexiglass, but we even get a nauseating ball cam. Seriously folks, why? Just why? And the resolution of the story has to be an early candidate for cringe moment of the year, coming in just behind Drew Barrymore's interview of Kamala Harris.
We really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now. Yeah. But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
Look, call me an outlier. I realize this has been getting many good reviews and doing well at the box office. Hell, I even read some dolt on Reddit saying that the final match sequence will be studied in film schools for years.
Excuse me.
If this is the kind of film that the next crop of up-and-coming directors will look for inspiration, then we might as well start demolishing theaters right now. Challengers can be currently avoided in a theater near you and gets an acid test rating of tepid shit. That is all.